Today's edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox is brought to you by Daniel's, a Florida steakhouse in Fort Lauderdale.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defoe, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. And we are all decked out today, a spooky pre-Halloween edition coming from D's Sports Bar. We've got Tom Angelo, Kassidy Angelo, the dynamic father-daughter duo that is just tearing the town up with their duo of restaurants, because next door is Daniel's, a Florida steakhouse. It's boat show week. It's almost Halloween. How you guys doing today, Tom?
We're doing great, Mike. We're excited for this evening. We've got a full house next door at Daniel's, and we've got the Florida Panthers having their Halloween party here tonight. So we are really pumped up for that.
Wow. And again, that's on this side and is not open to the public, unfortunately.
Yes.
But Kassidy, this has been quite the popular spot, both sides, the obviously the steakhouse side and the sports bar side for both the Panthers players and the executives, right?
Yeah, no, the Panthers have been amazing supporters of us since we've opened. So a lot of them are local. They come in after games, and their whole management crew comes in for away games when they don't travel. So,
And that's one of the
they're
neat,
very fortunate.
yeah, one of the neat things, Tom, is that, even though the arena is on the west side of town, now they have their practice facility. The rinks are in Holiday Park on the east side, and a lot of the players live in the surrounding communities, right?
And they're when their families are in town, they usually bring them here for dinner, either on the sports bar side or next door. Bobrowski, goalie, had a beautiful birthday dinner.
That's Lubie's favorites. How are you today, Lubie?
I'm good.
Yeah.
He used to badmouth Bobrowski, and then the guy wins
Oh.
two Stanley
Back-to-back
Cups in a row.
cups, yes.
I don't want to hear another bad word about him ever
I
again.
haven't said anything. He's
He
great.
just had a shutout this past week. He bought
Exactly.
some people some wine. I didn't know that was a tradition. Did you read about that?
No.
I guess whenever we don't say pitch a shutout in hockey, but whenever he posts a shutout,
Yeah.
apparently he buys 2 good bottles of wine, gifts them to 2 of the, I guess what he considers the defensemen or the top players of the game as
That's
in a show of
awesome.
gratitude. Which
Well, I know
is
a
kind
couple
cool
of the defensemen are big wine guys, so they love
Okay.
they love a nice
Keeps
bottle,
the encouragement going.
nice bottle of Cab. Yeah.
And I guess I want to know some detail. Are they into the domestic and the California Napa high
A
end?
lot of
or-
Napa high end. Yeah, Napa.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
always good to see. So, so that you got going on tonight. You got a full house with the boat show. How crazy is it for boat show week? Does everybody want to get in here? All the
Yeah, it's super busy. We have a lot of we're blessed to have a lot of regular clients, and so they're all coming, bringing people that are in town, I guess, for the show. And it's business has been very steady over the last 45, 60 days. We've been very fortunate. It was a little bit softer on the weekdays during the summer, but Fridays and Saturdays, especially Saturdays, have been sold out pretty much every Saturday night from August through now. And so we just try to hold some tables for people that are friends and family we know that are going to call last minute that want a table. And we're happy to see regulars, but we're also happy to see new faces and make new friends. We've only been open a year. So, you get past the first year, you build a what I call a cadre of regulars that love the restaurant, and then you just hopefully you'll add one or two a week, or even one a week. And if you can add one regular a week
Yes.
that loves the restaurant, comes back, that's 52 people at the end of the year, multiplied by their friends. So it's really that's sort of the game. Our game plan is we're not a super large restaurant,
Right.
And if you take out our private room, which is occupied tonight for an event, there's really only 90 seats in the restaurant.
Right.
So it's not a giant restaurant. So we want to, that means we probably have maybe 20 tables, 22 tables plus the bar. And we want to try to accommodate locals as much
Yeah,
as
and
possible.
we take a couple reservations at the bar too. So if somebody calls us on a Saturday night, last minute, they need a table for 2, we can't get them in, we'll try to accommodate them at the bar.
Oh, nice.
We don't reserve the whole bar, but we do reserve like 3 3
Yeah.
juices
Okay.
during a given time, so we can still lot for walk-ins.
Yeah, I was just up in New York this past weekend, and some of the trendier places, they're booked 30 days out and this and that,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they hold a couple of spots at the bar for some walk-ins or
Yeah.
for some late.
I did the fight at Fort
locals.
Charles about 4 weeks
Yeah.
ago. Didn't get in.
Oh, sorry. But again, it's all about loyal locals. Plus, obviously, you do love the visitors, people who are coming in for things like the boat show or the
For sure.
holidays and all that stuff.
It's a great opportunity to expose people to the restaurant, expose people to dining in Fort Lauderdale. I think that's the biggest thing too, is that the Fort Lauderdale dining scene has expanded a lot.
Yep.
So the boat show is one of the few times a year I think that it really offers the community a way for people to become exposed to what we have here, which is great.
Yep.
And also, we have people coming next door for other things. Like we have someone who's coming for their son's 18th birthday.
Oh, nice.
Tomorrow. So
Special occasions.
yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people coming in to celebrate the anniversaries and the birthdays.
Yeah.
And then you've got this side, which is a little bit more what we call like low key. You don't have to get dressed up. And on a Sunday, I come in here and I see people in their shorts and for the football games. And how's it been going on this side? And we've got this array of food. So
yes, no, this side's been going great. Like last Sunday, we were very, very packed for the Dolphins game. A lot of regulars, a lot of repeat guests, and a lot of new timers, which is awesome. So I think people are still kind of finding out about us.
Catching on. Yeah.
We've done some additions to the menu as well, and continuing to do a couple.
Oh, nice.
So on our last episode, we chatted about the Juicy Lucy.
Yes.
The Juicy Lucy is actually now available over here.
Really?
Nice.
So the Heritage Burger is
Nice.
officially on the menu. It's now become one of our best sellers very, very
And
quickly.
for
People
great
love
reason, because
Oh,
it
yeah.
is it's a meal unto itself.
There it is, right there.
And it's right
that's
there.
it.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
nice.
be okay. We're gonna play some musical chairs. I want Lubie to be able to indulge in
Yes,
this too.
please.
But
Mm.
I've been singing the virtues.
Your
of-
suggestion, Mike. Burger.
Well, we
burger-
figured that
Steak burger.
there's
a big
two
man,
different
big
types
burger.
of people. Like I
Yes.
think that with the sports bar, a lot of the feedback that I'm here. My dad's been in Miami and he's up here occasionally.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest feedback that I've gotten from our guests that come in here, even on weekdays, especially maybe the more regular guests, is that sometimes people don't know especially what a smash burger is. They don't know what they're
Still,
expecting.
really?
Well, I think that, people, when they think of burger, because it has all the accoutrements. So you have like the bacon, the cheese,
Yeah.
the onion rings. It feels like it's going to be very thick.
Yeah.
So I think people are expecting the patty to be thick as well. They're not as familiar with what the smash burger is.
Right. Interesting.
So sometimes they're like, oh, well, I don't particularly like my burgers well done or medium well.
Right. I'm the
Right.
guy that wants it pink
Yes.
and
Pink to
just
red, yep.
juicy, and I want everything dripping down my face when I'm
Exactly.
biting
So this
into it.
offers that, which is great.
Yep.
But it's funny because I actually have a guest of here who comes in with his dad quite a bit to watch baseball. And I had him try the Juicy Lucy. I'm like, it's our new burger. And he's like, I don't know. I really like the smash burger. And I was like, just give it a chance. And he was like, it was really good, but the smash burger is more my thing. Like he was like,
Interesting.
that's more for me. So it's like, there's a balance between both. So now we have something to offer for any type of person.
And thank you both. Okay, so I've been coming here. Happy anniversary to both of you
Yes.
in terms of the Daniels Steakhouse
it's-
opened a year ago.
Oh,
It was
wow.
in
In
mid-October.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And it's been 1 year. The sports bar side debuted for the Super Bowl, so it's not quite 1 year, but the combined entity here, it's been embraced by the neighborhood. I'm really happy that this sports bar, again, when you first told me sports bar, I raised my eyebrow a little bit skeptically, but you know what? It fits perfectly because this neighborhood needed it. There's not a lot of pure sports bars around here. The one that is, I don't like to talk bad about anybody, but the thing is, it's been embraced by the neighborhood, and it's more upscale in terms of the food and the quality.
So speaking of food and quality, we are always driving to everything that we're involved with to do the very best that we can do, whether it's a burger, whether it's sausage parm, whether it's a wedge salad, tater tots, cacio e pepe. So we just hired a very dear old friend of mine for 20 years. He's actually a law firm client of mine, but he's the executive chef from Prime 112. Todd Zimmer.
Oh wow. Oh, we
Todd
talked about
Yeah.
Todd is now. We have Chef Diam is the executive chef. He's coming on a little
Yeah,
bit later.
have the
Always
Thousand
good to
Island.
see you.
So
He knows me.
That's great,
Russian
Diam.
It's
dressing.
nice they have a scouting report
I
on
didn't
their
even have
and
to
not just
remind
me
him.
because it's me, but you know, you
No, it's
have your
starting-
regulars. And
No,
you know,
it's the Thousand Island is catching
Russian
on for
dressing,
sure.
please.
Well, the problem is your Thousand Island. It's not a problem, but
Yeah.
your Thousand Island's really good.
But when your friend came in, he was like, I don't know if I should get the
Sarnia.
1,000. Yeah, he was like, maybe I should get the 1,000 Island. Like Mike gets it. And I was like, I can
It
bring it,
doesn't
out.
need it, but it is really good.
oh no, the
Thousand
blue
Island.
cheese itself is a beautiful thing.
But
But
so we hired so
Todd.
obviously
Yeah.
Todd was running Todd was up doing Billy Jackson in Lauderdale by the Sea, which he's still a
he's
partner,
still
nice.
partner owner there, right?
Okay.
partner there. Yeah,
and they do a really nice job
Billy
up there
Jack Shack, right?
also
Great job.
comfort
People
food.
love
and,
that
and,
place,
and
yeah.
he had has extreme amount of experience in doing a lot of great things. So one of the things you're going to see on the menu here next week is what was sort of the quintessential dessert down at Prime 112 in its heyday, which is the fried Oreos.
Oh,
So
my
we're
wife
gonna-
loves.
We're going to be the fried Oreos, and we're going to take every dish. We're dissecting every dish, even the bun, everything we're going to do here is going to be top notch.
We
Even though it's
also
not
might
gonna
be featuring a Cinnabon soon.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
And that's what on
Yeah,
just on
house
the
made-
sports
house made.
bar side.
Sports bar side, yeah.
Sports bar side. And I like the way you're
I love
developing
that.
kind of two distinct.
Yeah, so,
menus
so,
for the
so
different
Todd, so
vibes.
Todd's gonna perfect and run the kitchen here for the time being. Chef Dime will be next door with his team,
Right.
And that's how we're gonna split up. So we have, it takes a village, especially when you're running two kitchens,
Right.
to execute perfectly on each side. So, for example, tonight we have the Panthers team coming in, all the players and their wives and girlfriends, and they've got a beautiful menu of sports bar items. We're doing a pasta station for them here, so different things.
Oh wow.
I
So-
hope you give them a couple of those chicken Milanese sandwiches because
whatever-
that's an all-star
whatever they- whatever-
roster item right there.
And then tomorrow night we have the Legends Room actually occupied by a group of 35 from Miami doing steaks, and we've got
nice.
a lot of great things going on.
Yeah, so
Um,
for our private events over here, we can accommodate both the sports bar and steakhouse food. So, or we could do one or the other.
Right.
So
Right.
that's something that we try to do for private events because
Adjustable.
people
And
really do love the space
Only
here.
been 8 months that we've been open here, so we've had to make some adjustments, some pivots, and obviously 3 months of that was dead time in the summer.
Mhm.
And now we're getting into the more interesting part of sports season as you go into playoffs and
Winter
World
Olympics.
Series tonight, Winter
the Winter
in
Olympics. Oh, wow.
February. The national championship college game is going
Yeah.
to be in
Be-
town,
be
so I'm
down
sure
here.
that week will
World
be
Cup,
packed.
World
also.
Cup,
World Cup
next
yeah.
year.
World Cup games.
We
Yep.
just did a big collaboration at Hard Rock Stadium. We've selected as one of 3 vendors, preferred vendors by Hard Rock
Oh,
Stadium
congratulations!
Nice.
to
Yeah.
do us a major food group and one other to do events there. So we just hosted our 4th
Precision
Drive Club. We did something at the stadium for Major League Soccer.
Oh, nice.
And the owners, the Moss brothers, asked us to get involved to help them do that. So it was a lot of fun cooking for Messi and his family.
Mm.
So we got a lot of great stuff going on.
Yeah, you are the
Well, and I love it. It feels like people seek you out. That's
Well,
the feather in your cap.
well,
It's
I mean,
not like
I think we started this brand only a year ago. It's a brand.
That's
creative
what I'm
brand.
saying. It's like impressive how quickly people have realized.
De novo, brand. You have to. People go to its quality's there and execution. It's word of mouth. If you don't execute, and you go to an event and you half-ass it, so to speak, people aren't going to ask you to come back.
mhm.
So we don't half-ass anything. We typically overstaff all the things that we do,
Mm.
even if it's off-site, even at the sake of losing money, because at your first year, or year or two, it's very important to establish that reputation
Yep.
of implementation and execution.
Yep.
So we're blessed to have a very deep bench we keep adding to in the back of the house. We just actually added front of the house. We just added this gentleman to your right, Mike, that was the lead sommelier for Kassidy and Angelo in Aspen
Oh wow.
for several
Okay.
summers, and then also for a 5-star resort in Cape Cod as well. He just joined us 2 weeks ago. We're very excited to have him. He's doing a great job on the floor at Daniels. So we're always trying to add great team players because we can't we can't do it ourselves.
Like I'm going to start calling you Bill Zito over here
Yeah, I was
because
gonna say,
you're not
honestly.
satisfied with your roster, even though you have a crew of all
Yeah,
stars with
yeah.
Dan Gannam and all the others. But
Well,
to bring in these other folks who have these really impeccable
it's all
resumes.
about relation, Mike. It's like everything's about relationships in life. Like Daniel Bishop is my beverage director.
Yep.
Been with us for 7 years from the day we opened down south. He runs the beverage program here and in Miami. We have two award-winning wine programs here and in Miami. We have Best Award of Excellence, which is the second highest award given out by Wine Spectator. There's only 90 restaurants in the world that have higher. So we're very proud of the wine program that we have in both restaurants, proud of the cocktail programs. We have certain spirits on our list that no other restaurants have. In Broward, for example, we carry the Grey Goose Altius. We're the only restaurant in Broward County that carries that Grey Goose.
Okay.
And which is amazing, triple filtered with water from the Alps. So we just want to continue to provide optimal experience to all of our guests when they come in the door, and whether it's great beer here at the sports bar, whether it's our local collaborations with Gulfstream, locally owned brewery, or whether it's our collaborations with Whistle Pig or Grey Goose. We want to bring the best to the table and try to do it here at these at an affordable price. Yep. For people to experience what we do at a reasonable price point, because making ends meet is difficult for folks.
Margins are tough in the restaurant business, but of course things are tough for the guests and the customers too. Yep. So you want to be price sensitive,
there's like a balancing act,
especially
for
on this side, on the sports bar side, and a lot of the sandwiches are priced very affordably for considering the value and the quality. I mean, that Milanese sandwich I love. This juicy Lucy burger I've been withholding because I don't want to make a whole mess in front of Kassidy. It's already scary enough with the Halloween decorations.
I know, it's very spooky.
No, I just want to do sing some praises some more, because among the things that I really have been impressed by over the past year is the way that you do take constructive criticism. You listen to the feedback from your guests, and it's not just me because I'm the former food critic of blah, blah, blah. It's like from anybody, if they say, oh, I don't really think this works, or can you do that? You have been quick to say, hey, you know what? That makes sense. And I consider that admirable, because there's so many people in the business, and a lot of times with chefs like, no, it's my way or the highway. But I mean, you're open to it, right? And you have pivoted and changed.
For example, we didn't have the prime rib here.
I was just about to say that.
several weeks ago. So today is prime rib night here at Daniel's.
I didn't know that. You've added that?
Yeah,
every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday night, because a couple of our regulars, good friend of mine, Dr. Jeff Cantor, was asking, where are you guys going to bring the prime rib? Kassidy called down. So now we're doing prime rib Wednesdays, and we're featuring that beautiful Australian Wagyu prime. Nobody else.
That's going to be every Wednesday season.
Yeah, we have one rack.
Why am I always the last to know? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Describe the plate, because I was lucky enough to have it a few weeks ago when I visited the Daniel's Miami. It was so good
for a couple special occasions. So for Thanksgiving, for example, we offered prime rib. Yeah, and it's something that for a lot of our guests that come in regularly, it's not people, maybe not first timers are asking for it, but people that come a lot that want a little bit of something different. And they saw it in Miami, because we have a lot of a loyal clientele that will go and follow us on Instagram or whatever it may be.
There's Mike.
And they said to us, they were like, hey, I saw in Miami that you guys are having prime rib. Like, what about us?
Oh my God.
So literally the next day after I got that text, or after I had that conversation in person, I texted my dad and I was like, all right, we got to get prime rib up here. So we decided, we're like, you know what? We're going to do prime rib Wednesday, and we'll have a rack of prime rib. It's 14 cuts. It's Australian Margaret River Wagyu prime rib, fresh horseradish. It's
very tender. It's well marbled.
And we run out on Wednesday. So and we are going to have it on our Thanksgiving menu as well. So we're already have 140 reservations for Thanksgiving.
And I was going to be getting there as far as the holiday schedule and all those things. But yeah, let's go there now. It's Thanksgiving, you're open, but you're open at 3. We're
going to open at 3. No, we're not fully booked. We're open at 3 p.m. It's
nice.
And we're going to feature our regular menu. So it'll be full a la carte menu, what we have now, no prefix. So people can order whatever they'd like. But in addition, we'll have the prime rib, which actually, coincidentally, I think Thanksgiving is it's Thursday. So it's
Thursday.
It's always Thursday.
Every year,
So
Thursday. Just like every year, Christmas is December 25th.
It's
These are the things I remember.
later this year. It's like a week later.
So we have. We have we'll have the prime rib, but we'll also have our green circle turkey with Chef Danny's foie gras stuffing.
Oh my
It's
God.
so good.
Oh my God.
We're gonna have chef's gonna have one special appetizer, which is gonna be a special hush puppies with snow crab.
Oh,
Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have homemade apple pie crumble
My
served
favorite.
warm over vanilla ice cream, and a homemade pecan pie. Chef Katie, and we have a corporate pastry chef.
Oh,
Now
geez.
she's going to be implementing those 2 items. So
So
we'll have the whole accoutrements.
so Daniel's open for Thanksgiving Day from 3 p.m. until
reservations available at 3 p.m. till 8:30.
Okay.
And then
8:30.
and D's will be open
Okay.
because this is a football day, right?
Yes.
So
Right.
you'll
all
have
day.
you'll have
So we
a
open
lim-
earlier.
Please
Yep.
tell me turkey sandwiches.
you'll have we'll have a limited menu, and we'll have turkey and turkey sandwiches.
Turkey?
Nice.
Oh, you read my mind.
Yeah.
Will you be opening because there's games all day that day?
Yeah, it's a triple
We
header.
probably open at 1 o'clock. Yeah.
No, but that's perfect.
I
was gonna
think the
say
first
one
game is at
She's around
12:30
12, yep.
usually on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and we
triple
expect
And
header.
to be
then that weekend is UFFSU.
It
so.
is.
Yes,
the-
and I will
the
not
fight
be going
for
to
the next
UF
coach.
for the FSU game because I've already spent my money going to watch FSU in a
Getting
big
annihilated.
rivalry, and that didn't work out for me. But it was great to spend time with my daughter. All right,
So
so
we're doing that, and then we have Christmas coming up. So what we do Christmas is we do something called the 12 days of Christmas, and what
Okay.
that is
Nice.
the 12 days before and including Christmas Day.
Mm.
We implement or we have a regular menu, but we have some festive specials for that period. We do a special appetizer. I believe we're going to do something really interesting with a bone marrow and churros, which Chef Danny's creating. We're going to have our beef Wellington, which is Danny's signature.
Mhm.
I mean, I think it's the
amazing.
best I've ever had anywhere in
Getting
my life.
serious.
Really? Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
beef Wellington.
And they're like individual.
Oh,
yeah.
that's even better.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like the
small.
That's
yeah,
even better.
individual
Yeah,
case
so you
cut.
cut.
So it's not the big
Oh.
long
No.
one that they're slicing,
yeah,
and then
no,
you get that little bit
No,
of
you
it.
get
So
you
it's
get
fully
You get your
encased.
own.
yeah.
I was gonna say that's a pain.
It's sick.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my
sick.
God.
It's legitimately sick.
Now you say it's the best you've ever had.
Best ever had.
Am I going to tell Gordon Ramsay that, and then he's going to come in screaming and cursing like, "Who the F said that?"
All I know is Gordon Ramsay's restaurants are, God bless him, he's doing great.
Yeah.
In London, not so much in Miami, but one of them just closed. But
I didn't realize that.
yeah.
Okay,
Well, it's not Daniel's.
But I will tell you that that is absolutely the best Wellington I've ever
Ugh.
had. And then we're going to have some
for
beautiful special desserts as well for the period.
Okay.
And then we go into New Year's Eve.
Okay.
So once again, that'll be.
Wait,
that,
can I call a timeout? Because I had one question
Yeah,
before we
sure.
get
Yeah.
to New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And again, Thanksgiving Day, 3 p.m. on until 8:30.
Right.
Get the
Daniel's.
reservations now through
Resi.
Resi.com
Or you can
go
call
on to
us.
Daniel's. What's the web address?
www.danielsteak.com.
Daniels.com. There's two
Danielssteak.com,
locations. You
okay.
click on Fort Lauderdale, but you click on reservations. You can make those
Or you can
reservations
call.
today. Now, my other question leading up to Christmas, with the 12 days of Christmas,
Yep.
besides the beef Wellington and all the other great things, you are of Italian
I was gonna
heritage.
say.
You love your Italian food. You've got the sausage
Yep.
parm here. You've got your hometown province olive oil that you feature, the Gioia olive oil. Will there be a feast of the seven fishes on New
No.
Year's Eve? No.
No.
Okay, that's it. Okay.
Think when I'm
That's
trying
it.
to do that.
He used to do
Are
it
you
at our
open
house
to-
growing up.
Yeah.
I did it at my house probably for 14, 15 years before I got into the business.
Right.
And I would cook, and it was literally, it was,
He would make me go to the fish store at 7:00 in the morning.
yeah, she would
It
go to
was
the fish
terrible.
store.
I hated it.
She'd
I was
wait in
in
line at the
line
fish
with all
peddler.
these
Terrible.
She would
crazy
wait in line at the
people.
fish peddler with all everyone else, and it was like, and we put the order in, and we'd
He made me
have.
go to 3 different fish stores at a point.
But
Like I was
that shows
running
the
around.
dedication.
He was
No.
all about it though.
That's
He
right.
had
I will
like
tell-
seashells
no,
to
I will
put in
tell
his
you,
scallops.
I will
It was
tell-
legit.
I will tell you,
I know,
Mike,
it was very
that
legit.
if you happen to be around, okay, if you happen to be around Christmas Eve, I do believe that one of the Angelo family, and also with the Quinto, which was my mother's family, her side
Oh,
from
I know what you're gonna
Basilicata,
say.
there was a traditional dish from Puglia that was made with stuffed squid.
Oh.
So we'd get the big squid,
Oh, that must be a pain in the butt.
and we would oh yeah,
Toothpicks.
we would take the squid. I would make a stuffing with scallops cut up
If I
with
can
with
find a
Oh,
picture.
with,
my
with
God.
parsley and no cheese. I didn't like cheese in it. A little bit of breadcrumb, a little bit of onion, and then I would saute. I would put the toothpicks through and then saute them on the frying pan.
Oh my God.
And then I would then take largest pot of red sauce with beautiful San Marzano tomatoes,
Ooh.
and I would cook it for 3 to 4 or 5 hours
Oh my God.
in the sauce, and then I would put it over a giant bed of spaghetti.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
And that was like
That
that.
sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Then I would do bacala 3 ways. Okay.
Oh, I'm getting
3
the full
ways.
menu here.
I'm
3
trying
ways.
to find pictures.
I would do.
There's evidence.
I would do a beautiful. I would do a beautiful. Just lightly fried bacala. I would do a bacala salad.
Mhm.
Bacala salad. You roast the bacala lightly, and then you take it over. Put it in a beautiful dish with celery, roasted peppers, black olives, and beautiful olive oil on top. A little bit of lemon zest. That's an amazing dish. The third way we do is do a nice little casserole, and we layer very thin potatoes and tomato sauce, and we would bake that in the oven. Then we'd have fried shrimp.
Okay.
We'd have stone crabs.
All right.
We'd have, okay.
This
so,
is a steakhouse, so it's all
So now
about
I
the
know
beef
why-
here. But
now I
I'm
know why you're not
sorry
doing
I
that
got
here.
you started. But here, all
I
right.
get excited.
Let me
we
get-
are opening an Italian restaurant next year in
Oh, okay.
on the water in Coconut Grove
Yeah,
called
yeah,
La
yeah.
Sponda,
Right.
Yep, yep.
and that will have the Feast of Seven
Oh,
Fishes.
okay, so that's
So
what
let
you're
me-
waiting
let me
It's
for.
the
give you-
precursor.
He's waiting for that.
Let me give you
Yes.
what would they call a gentle suggestion that maybe not for this year, but maybe for next year, just feature one of those.
We'll do that dish, that first dish.
Yeah, that first, the stuffed squid.
That sounds ridiculous.
It's amazing.
that sounds ridiculous.
over the bed of pasta for just one special.
yeah, do one of the.
Christmas
And then
Eve dish.
when
but-
Fiola existed,
Yeah.
he would, because this was before I was in the business and I was in college, my dad would bring down, like he would make the stuffed squids
Right.
there.
Oh my god.
So then when we were having Christmas Eve dinner, we
Mm.
would eat it at Fiola and he would go in the back for our mid course and make the stuffed squid
Oh my
pasta.
God.
See, I
so
love
we would
talking
still
about food
have
because holiday, traditions are so.
All right.
yeah,
we're
and then
gonna-
lentils and pasta for New Year's Day.
I am going.
Traditions are
We're gonna.
very
I am going to drive the chef crazy, and I'm going to do the stuffed squid over pasta, Mike.
I was
Done
like,
deal.
I was
deal.
like, I think
You coming in?
Mayo
Are you
had
coming-
the
are you coming
twinkle.
in?
Cassidy started to roll her eyes. I'm like, oh
All right.
no.
So
if you make that dish, it
It's
will
a
be on
natural
my
state for me.
Christmas Eve tour because my
Yeah.
life now with all different things,
yeah.
I make different stops, and it's yes, I will definitely come in
Oh
for
my
that.
God.
so let me
Bar
give it.
crawl.
And a beef Wellington is beef Wellington.
Okay, I'm
The
gonna-
12 days it'll be on the
let's-
menu for
So
12
it's the
days.
12 days before
Okay.
like Christmas Day and before.
we don't
Oh,
want
you
it
will
because
have
some people want to celebrate. They want to come earlier.
Yeah,
They want
yeah.
to come on the weekend.
Yeah.
So
So they don't feel like they have to come on
So I'm
Christmas
going to give
Day
you the
to have it.
Thanksgiving. So here's Thanksgiving specials. We have the appetite. One appetizer special are snow crab and caviar hush puppies.
Right.
Okay. The entree: green circle free range turkey with foie gras, sausage stuffing,
Oh my
turkey
God.
gravy, homemade cranberry relish. Australian Margaret River Wagyu prime rib,
Oh my
fresh
God.
horseradish.
Right.
Sides, extra sides in addition: green bean casserole, country ham, crispy shallots, 3 times cooked
Ooh.
glazed sweet potato, local honey, okay, passion fruit glaze, dessert, apple crisp skillet with Granny Smith apples,
Oh my God.
Right.
pumpkin pie, flaky pie crust, pumpkin custard, candied ginger, Florida milk chantilly. Then
So
we go to our 12 days of Christmas.
he's got the whole lineup
Yeah.
here.
Black winter
You put
truffle.
yourself in a hole.
I know, it's okay.
okay.
You know, while he's going through the menu,
Yeah, I
I
would
think we're
start
going to
eating.
cut my Juicy Lucy.
12 days of
Let him keep
Christmas.
going.
Yes.
Black winter truffle churros with
Oh my
dry
God.
aged bone marrow with Parmesan Reggiano. Then we have Australian Conruga Station Wagyu beef Wellington with Paragon truffles.
Oh, it's
and-
Wagyu beef.
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Then we have our maple syrup roasted Brussels sprouts with
Oh
Newski
my
bacon,
God.
pearl onions, and chives. Then we have our cranberry pistachio cheesecake with a citrus mascarpone, pistachio,
Oh my God.
bean pancilli, and toasted.
I'm getting both
pistachio.
hungry and full at the same time.
I will tell you.
Listen,
Then we get into New Year's Eve.
Oh, I can't even imagine. what
How's
hell
the
you doing
burger,
for New
Mike?
Year's
By the way, this Juicy Lucy's perfection. And I'm eating it like 15 minutes after
A half
it got
hour,
dropped. When it-
probably.
Eve? You wouldn't even know.
Half hour.
Well, I like that it's still pink to red.
And
It's been sitting.
when you first get it out of the kitchen, it really is juicy, and that
Yeah.
cheese, which is in the middle of it.
Yeah,
Um,
probably saved your shirt a little bit.
Well, yeah,
100%. It
But-
came, it came
and we
together.
love. Thank you for listening to me and putting this big, thick
Yeah, but
steakhouse
I
burger
think
on it.
Cassidy and the staff's going to get sick of when you come because every time you come, you get Tom going about something that was
I know.
not previously planned, and they seem to plan everything really well. So
I know, but this is why I
I don't know if you're
just
positive
My
or
chef,
negative. I'm trying to
if,
figure it
if the chefs all walk out, it's because of Mayo.
Yeah.
exactly.
It's gonna
hey,
be-
it
have
wouldn't
our
be the first
scapegoat.
chef I
Right,
pissed off in
listen
my
to that
life. you know.
jackass. Why are we doing that again? Every time he comes here, we add another thing on the menu.
But it's all in
People seem to
service
like
of
it,
the
so it's worth
experience,
it,
and
but-
people love the experience here.
Hey,
and I cut you off before we got to New Year's Eve.
Yeah, New
so
Year's.
what is going on with New Year's Eve?
So New Year's Eve, we decided to. I think that is a Wednesday night, from what I
Okay.
recall, or
Okay.
I believe.
Let me get my
looks-
calendar
I
here.
believe
Yes.
it's a Wednesday night, middle of the week. So people are going to be.
Yes,
it's
it
kind
is.
of a weird. You know, it's a lot of people take the
Yes,
whole week off,
it
so on
is.
and so
Yep.
forth. So we're going to open at 4:30 for dinner. We're going to do an early seating.
Okay.
4:30 reservations to 7,
Okay.
keeping the price at a reasonable amount, $165 per person.
Really?
Per
Okay.
year, I mean, on New Year's, yeah.
Stay with me. So that
Mayo
menu
with
that
black
menu is going to be
Halfway through.
that menu is going to be choice of 3 items for appetizers. We're going to do it off of our regular menu. We have our basil Caesar salad, which is one of our top sellers.
Nice.
I have oysters Rockefeller or Wagyu and pearls.
Oh,
So we got a little bit of something for everyone. Then we're going to have a beautiful filet mignon. If you'd like to have the Margaret River New York strip, that'll be an additional charge because that's a 125
cut.
steak and it's
Yeah, right.
14-ounce
Yep.
Wagyu.
Fair.
And then we're going to have our beautiful snapper, and then we'll have a vegetarian option as well.
Mhm.
nice.
And the desserts, choice of 2 desserts. So that'll be 165 for the early menu.
Okay.
The second seating, which we could do 2 seatings, that menu will be 265.
Okay.
But the chef's doing with that, we're gonna roll out the red carpet with all kinds of crazy stuff. So we're gonna have this beautiful
I smell
Can-
foie gras or
canapé.
something. Yeah.
It's canapes. We're gonna start off with a beautiful canapé selection.
Mm.
Canapes will have a beautiful skipper sweet oyster with some granita,
Mm.
and then in the middle we'll do a little smoked salmon, with a little caviar, and then with a little bit of honeydew melon. That'll be a nice presentation when people sit down.
Yeah.
We'll have our beautiful crab cake with
Yeah.
blue caviar.
Oof.
We're gonna do a venison tartare.
Okay.
So tartare
Oh,
venison,
that's interesting.
not on our menu. Very interesting.
Yeah, I
And
haven't
we're gonna
heard
do
of
a beautiful Waldorf salad,
Nice. I love
Granny
those.
Smith apples.
Yep,
Mm.
yep.
And then we get into the main event. We are going to offer at that. We have our rosini. So we have our foie gras with black truffles on top of a beautiful filet mignon.
Oh,
wow.
With a
Jesus.
nice
So that's the later seating on New Year's
yeah,
Eve.
yeah.
I'm working on a champagne
Bri-
tower.
brioche-
right now.
brioche.
I'm the
So
decorations.
you have the brioche toast on the bottom, the filet mignon. You have the seared foie gras, and you have black truffles on
Oh,
top.
Will you allow people to book for both?
Sure.
It's Louis C.K. called it the bang
The
bang,
bang
where you
bang.
go one
They're like
meal
super
right
high
after
level.
the other.
Bang, bang.
And then we're doing a stuffed Dover sole. So we do Dover sole. We stuff the Dover sole with some crab
That's
meat,
Oh my
wait,
God.
it's one or the other.
One or the
roast
other.
eater?
Yeah, it's one or the
okay,
other,
all right. Okay,
Or-
'cause
or-
that's
That's a
just
lot of rich.
insanity.
It's a
Yeah,
lot of rich.
yeah, yeah.
or the Wellingtons. You
Or
have
the
a choice.
Wellington.
So the three, and then we're gonna have a beautiful special dessert the chef Katie's doing for the evening. Probably some long lines of a baked Alaska, something like that. And then we'll have a chocolate option as well because people love chocolate.
Yep, yep.
And each of the for the first seating, I forgot to mention that you will have for that 165 a table of 2 will have a choice of 2 side dishes
Oh, nice.
that'll come with the filet mignon or the snapper. So a
snapper
choice of our
veggie.
corn, or from potato fonduta,
Yeah, which
or
is
a green
ridiculous.
vegetable, which would probably be broccolini. That'll be
Nice.
the first seating. Second seating, chef's actually going to do something very interesting, which I asked him to do something which in all different cultures have traditions of good luck. So he's going to do something with beluga lentils,
Right.
Mm.
and some ham, and it's more of a globally accepted in terms of good luck for the
Yeah,
for the
pork
new,
and,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
usually it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
pork and
Oh,
beans
yeah, yeah.
and
variant somewhere
that'll
all
be
over the
something
world.
for the
Yeah.
table.
Yeah.
And of course a complimentary champagne toast at midnight for $265.
Okay.
Nice.
And the first go around, is there any? It's just the alcohol is extra.
Yes,
or-
yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm
And
working on a champagne tower for
okay,
seating
for the
too.
Second too. Okay.
Our
seating two.
bartender Rodney, he does events
Mm-hmm.
himself, and him and
Yeah.
I were touching base yesterday on some fun New Year's ideas.
All right.
so
Let me ask.
we're
this,
excited about it.
because people love to make their New Year's plans way in advance.
Yeah, yeah,
How do they go about booking it? Is that available on Resi, or you got to call.
So we're
here.
actually going to be available on Resi starting probably next week or the week after. We're actually just talked to my director of operations, Mr. Osler, who's amazing, and he is going to be implementing the utilization of 7 rooms. So 7 rooms is a platform that was just purchased by DoorDash and has a little bit more flexibility in terms of arranging tables and bookings than Resi. We're still have our Resi, but we're going to be doing events through 7 rooms.
Okay, so for more of the special occasion dining will be 7 rooms. Got it.
And
okay.
And that'll be actually reservation will be available through both platforms, 7 rooms and Resi.
Nice.
But there are some advantages with 7 rooms that we find that the algorithm to move tables around when people cancel. Resi doesn't move the tables around the way the Open Table did. So we, but both of them are very restaurant friendly,
right?
Because they only charge a per
month fee.
It's a monthly fee,
not a per person
a couple $100
fee.
a month
Right.
versus a per person fee.
Oh,
when we were running Fuel, we were actually paying in excess of $160,000 a year to Open Table.
God.
Oh, just for their
geez.
reservations platform. And it's funny, these are the hidden
Oh my God! I don't even
costs
think
of
I've never
running
heard
a
of that.
restaurant that the general public doesn't really know
Yeah, I've
about.
never
And when
heard
people
of that.
start complaining about, oh, why is it so expensive, this and that, because
That's
there's all
ridiculous.
these things to make your experience more
Yeah, but
comfortable.
Open
to be
Table
able
gets
to
the
book.
most exposure.
Let's just say that you spend $100 on a meal, right? Out of that 100, not talking about sales tax, you're paying somewhere between $1.50 and $3.50 a person to Open Table. In addition to that, if someone charges with a credit card, you're at 3.5% with American Express.
Oh, God.
So you're already
That's like $7.
your margins already. That's 94 cents right there, 94, 95 cents. You're getting out of that before you start paying your food cost, your labor cost, your fixed cost for rent. So these are all things that people that aren't in the restaurant business don't understand. I'll tell you one other thing that folks don't understand, and Mike, and this is something you and I talked about, is that the government did a nice thing for tipped employees. That there is an exemption up to I think 25 or 50,000 now for tipped employees. They are not taxed on that into 2026 on tipped employees. Well, let's just say last week, Miami's doing some very, very significant numbers sales wise. So we had tips that were paid out of $140,000 in tips.
Oh God!
In the pay period, in the last pay period.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
we pay the employer 7.65%
to COLA or
to
wow.
FICA on that
FICA,
amount.
right.
So think about that for a second.
Oh,
That
geez.
on 100,000,
that's for the Medicare, Social Security payment.
Yeah.
that's 10,000 on 100 on 140
Oh my
that
God.
we are writing a check to the government for that FICA. And a small business, whether it's Larb Thai or some smaller restaurants, they're doing the same thing to their tipped employees. So that's further compressing the margin before we start paying for things that we have to pay for. So it's very interesting. That's something that I'm gonna work with. Trying to meet with one of our local congressmen to see if they can modify that law so that restaurants
don't have
to
You
pay
get
FICA.
hammered. It's great for the worker.
Don't
but
pay
you
the
get
FICA
hammered.
on the.
Yeah, it is great for the 100%.
So
You guys get hammered.
I'm happy for that, but we shouldn't have to pay the owners the FICA portion because the employees aren't getting it. So it's very interesting. So
No, and then along those lines, I had a discussion with somebody this morning about. Look, it's great that the minimum wage is going up for regular hourly workers all over Florida because that was a state constitutional amendment passed by the voters. But the carve out for tipped employees, like it's only $4 less. So the $15 an hour minimum wage for tipped employees, it's $11. But it hammers restaurateurs because you're talking about bartenders and servers who are already making $300 to $400 a night. But then on top of that, they're still getting $11 an hour. And that's kind of like, it used to be, it would be $4 or $5 an hour, which like if for a lower end restaurant, that's fine. I mean, you want everybody to be able to afford
Make a living.
But, and there's a way that guarantees at least you're getting the 15 an hour. But if you're bringing home $400 a night and a lot of it in cash, you don't need to get another $80, $10 or $11 an hour. That should be back down to $5 an hour. And those are the things when you compound it, it really hurts the margins of the restaurant, and they have to raise the prices.
Yes. But lower price point restaurants are like a diner, for example, Lester's. A lot of folks pay cash. Yeah, the tips go to the employees in cash, and there's no FICA. There's no. It all kind of gets washed out, right? Yep. So the mid-tier restaurants. The ones that are, that size, and if they're the ones really getting squeezed. The bigger groups can manage it by scale.
Okay.
But the one, the two restaurants that are trying to, and that's why a lot of restaurants you've seen a lot of restaurants open, close, not get traction. It has been, it's very, very difficult. Utilities and insurance.
The insurance
has
is another thing that's been ridiculous in this state.
And property insurance. Which landlords pass along.
We struck 100,000
restaurants are getting. If we want to have restaurants, everybody has to be able to make enough to pay the bills and pay all the overhead. So it's a tricky balance. But here obviously higher end, higher quality, and it's still value. That's the thing is that you come in here, you have an experience, and you feel like, oh wow, I totally could totally dig that, because you walk out floating on air. Like, I just had a great meal. So it's worth every penny.
What I think is big about what they do, and it's not only with accepting feedback and taking it seriously and putting it in play, but their wheels are always spinning. So like a lot of the times when a place gets popular and people are happy to go there, you rest on your laurels. And to me, that's where the value starts to get to wane a little bit, because it's like, okay, they're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. You guys are always challenging yourself over and over and over again, to the point where the value, I think, is going to always be consistent when you come here to Daniel's.
I like to, whether it was previously in legal business or now in restaurants or any business. When I was in the legal business, there was a quote from Cesar Alvarez in the Miami business. Cesar was the managing partner of Greenberg Traurig. In my opinion, Greenberg Traurig, when I started in practice in Miami in 1987, they had about 120, 130 lawyers.
Oh, geez.
Very dear friend of mine. They now have 3,000 or 4,000, and they're a multi-billion. They're a multi-billion. So a very dear friend who went to law school with me, Rick Justo. Rick was a All-American lacrosse player there. He started in 1986. Only job he's ever had. He's still there. He's global chairman of the real estate department. They grew that firm they were the only real Florida firm that grew outside of Florida up to New York. I remember he called me and they were opening an office in New York, and he was doing the sublease with Sherman and Sterling. And I said, wow, you guys are going to New York. That's a pretty gutsy move. He said, yeah, there was a visionary by the name of Richard Rosenbaum, and he's still around, and he opened he was a Fort Lauderdale guy, and he opened the office in New York, and they kicked ass. But Caesar had a quote, and the quote was, the minute that you start believing that you're successful is the minute that you lose your edge. And that similar quote was, there's a restaurateur by the name of Simon Kim. Simon is the managing partner of Cote. And I have so much respect for him and what they do and what they've built as a brand. And he had a video last week, and I had seen it, and Kassidy shared it with me, not knowing I'd seen it. And it was about
it was a great video.
It was his success. It's like a balloon. The balloon goes up, and the balloon can come down just if you don't keep putting air in it. So you have to continue to drive yourself.
Or it'll pop. Like it's a balance.
You do too much. Exactly.
The hot restaurant, the hot place. We don't want to be the hot place. We want to be the place that people go to year in, year out, and they go to special occasions. And the reason why in Miami we were able to sell out 3 dinners for 80 people each night when we had the World Steak Restaurant in for what we did was because people value they know that we're going to deliver quality, and it's my name's on it. So that's kind of what we try to do. So parroting what you're saying, it's super important for us to continue to get better every day.
And that's what I found over the year. And I recently wrote like a full, like my old days in the newspaper critiquing. I wrote a review of Daniel's.
At least Kassidy's smiling.
I
thought it was a very good review. I thought it was very honest.
The thing is, like, because I kept holding off, I didn't write it earlier. And a lot of people come in the first week, and that's ridiculous. As a critic, I always like seeing how a place grows and develops. And both of these, but particularly next door, it's just been on this upward ascent, and I kind of wanted to wait and see
Yeah.
where it
Well-
ends. And I said it's reached that
I don't think
level,
there is
which
an
is
end.
the highest
Well, it's-
highest level. But I know that you guys are
There
pushing
is no
forward,
end.
and you're
I
going to
think that's
have
it.
the big holiday special dinners, and you're going to bring in the
prime-
prime rib.
yeah.
Well,
for
it's interesting. I
Wednesdays, and-
think we had a guest that came in last night. They came in at 5 o'clock, like two gentlemen. They were super nice. I was at the door when they came. I sat them at their table, and they had never been there before. Like, this is our first time here.
Nice.
Like, we're at the early bird special. I'm like, no, you're good. Like, we got a lot of people to eat at 5 o'clock. And they were like, oh, we heard a lot of great things, and we're excited to be here. And they're like, what do you recommend from the menu? So I gave them kind of like what I would order if I was first time eating there, the
Yeah.
things that I think are like the menu
Which
highlights.
I appreciate. I do
As you
appreciate.
should,
that.
And
yeah.
they took like I'd say 90% of my advice.
Okay,
which was great.
Good.
And I told them, I was like, and then after the time they had their appetizers, I reintroduced myself. I told them kind of like the context of who I was in the restaurant. They're like, okay, like we trust your judgment. I was like, yeah, but if it sucks, like it was on Tom. I was like, if you don't like the reviews, I was like, Tom is the one that told you about this. But if you love it,
It's
Kassidy.
Kassidy.
Yeah,
It was
it's all
Kassidy's
her.
review.
No,
No, but obviously, all jokes aside, but because they're asking, everyone goes, "Oh, you're Daniel's daughter," and I'm like, "Well, actually, Tom, but
is,
kind of."
yeah.
But we actually have a general manager. He's very funny. His name's Daniel, not our Daniel Bishop.
You've got
Whatever,
3
director.
Dans.
No,
now.
no,
But-
we have the general manager of the sports bar, the manager of the restaurant, and the beverage manager, and the chef.
Nah,
All
It used to be a
Daniels.
requirement. You
But-
had to be named Dan.
And we have a dog, and we're bringing
He
it.
introduces himself
And
to guests.
Cassie's getting a dog name. We're gonna name
Yeah.
the dog Daniel.
Yeah, he'll be our mascot for the restaurant. But
It's amazing.
no, so he Daniel, or sorry, going off track, but he says to people, he's like, "Oh, I'm Daniel Everett." He goes, "Oh, like your daughter's bar, she's doing such a great job." And he goes, "Oh, we're so proud of her." Like, he just plays along
Just
with
went
it.
with it, yeah.
But no, but they said to me, like, on the way out, and I showed them the sports bar, they loved it, and they were like, we were pleasantly surprised
Because things
about our
don't live
experience.
up to.
Yeah, like they
that.
were
Yeah.
like, we knew it was going to be good.
Yeah.
And I mean, like the food was amazing. The kitchen executes wonderfully.
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
we're very
And
You've got that
fortunate.
You guys are really good at being
consistency now,
consistent.
and that's the key. Is
I think
consistency.
they
Yeah.
appreciated the fact that like our manager went to go check on them.
Yeah,
I
right.
gave them suggestions from the fact that they got to the door there,
Well, that's
show them
part-
the sports bar
Yeah.
where they felt
I was
like
just gonna say
they
you're.
weren't getting left alone. And I'm not saying, like we try to make sure that with 100% of our guests, that's what we're doing
you
and
want to
executing
have
on.
that, not just exceptional food, but the service and
And-
the hospitality aspect of Joya Hospitality.
Yes.
It's right in the name of the company that you
And we
your
know,
dad
and we've
started.
talked about this before, that like I know that 99.9% of the time we're executing that. I know that there's 0.1% of the time that we fall short.
Stuff
Like, and
happens,
that's
or you get slammed.
yeah, and that's something that not something that we're
That's
happy that
still
we
A
do, and
plus,
we're not
but-
proud of it.
Yeah,
But if I know that somebody's unhappy when they're sitting there, I will do everything in my power to make them happy by the time they leave. And if they're not happy, I will call them afterwards. I will try to do my absolute best to make sure
Wow.
that they try to come back and at least try to re-experience it. And then
Right.
again, like if they're like, nope, this isn't for me, then I respect that and like we move on. But
right, and
I
not
think-
everybody. Some people are just meant to be miserable, and they don't want to be made happy.
like sometimes I don't even know if it's miserable though, because I hate
No,
to
no,
say
I
it.
know,
Like
I
I
know.
think there are
Uh,
sometimes where I've been to restaurants
look,
where I feel like the experience
not
has fallen
everything is
short.
for everybody,
Yeah.
and that is something that you at some point you just have to accept. And
Yeah.
it's like you can't win over everybody, and for the people who don't appreciate it, fine, there's plenty of other fish in the sea for them.
Yeah, but I like.
But you're
the-
doing what you do.
You're proactive ahead of it.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh,
you-
yeah,
We
the-
always tell
what
our
you just
servers
said
if
is-
if you know that something's going on with the table, if something doesn't come out right, the food's taking too long,
Yep.
like they didn't like their
They're not
cocktail,
waiting.
they're not, they're not happy, whatever it might be. We always say every pre-shift, we're like, find us, come
Right.
get us, let's try to fix it before they
Be
leave. That's our
proactive.
most
That's
important
huge.
thing,
Right.
is trying to get them before they leave the door, because we
Once they
want to
leave-
fix it for them. We don't want people to have a negative
Hey, we've
experience.
gone real long before the
Yeah,
first
sorry.
break, but that's what happens when you get passions flowing and
Yep.
you get good discussions going and you get that burger in front of me and you just lose yourself. All right, we got to take the first break and we're going to come back. We're going to talk about this water bottle now, which
Yeah.
is your
And Chef Dime's going to come out with a
Oh.
little treat for you.
Oh,
our
more
ice
treats.
cream, our ice cream sundae.
okay.
Ooh.
I didn't even get to eat all the treats in front of me, but ice cream treat sounds good. All right, before we take the first break, real quick, Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival is coming up right around the corner. I can't believe we're talking holidays. We're only about 4 weeks out from Thanksgiving.
Yep.
8 weeks out from Christmas and New Year's, and then right there in January, the 19th to the 25th. The Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival has become an annual tradition for food lovers in town here in Greater Fort Lauderdale. It's going to be a great one. There's going to be all kinds of intimate dinners around town. There's going to be some of the bigger events. They're going to have some cooking classes and other ticketed events around town. Go online to vlfoodwine.com today.
Mm.
Get your tickets. Some of the bigger events, like the grand tasting, is going to be on that Saturday, the 24th, at the Las Olas Riverfront Park, A1A there in Las Olas. And the VIP tickets are already sold out. So you're going to get those GA tickets now
Which
because
is
they're
great
going to
value,
sell out.
Great value.
Great value all day, all kinds of different restaurants and wines
We'll
and
be there.
other liquors. You
I was
guys
just
will
going to
be
ask.
there.
I think you guys are
Yeah,
involved, right?
and you guys are involved. And we're going to be, I guess the full lineup of the dinners are going to be unveiled by the end of this week. Phil and Kate working hard. VLFoodWine.com is the place to get your tickets today. Don't get shut out.
Nope.
Get them. You could even give it as a Halloween gift because that is a real treat for the food lover in your life. Or wait
Spooky
until
gift.
the stocking stuffer for Christmas, or put it under the Hanukkah menorah for one of the 8
There you
nights of
go.
Hanukkah. VLFoodWine.com. All right, let's take the first of 2 breaks.
Yes.
And we'll come back. We'll have ice cream. I'm going to eat more food. It's
I'm going to
great
start
here.
eating some food.
And we'll
Yeah,
talk about the new
like
filtered
drooling.
water service here, which
Nice.
I always like that option, but we'll talk about that after this. The finest quality, warm hospitality, and world-class creativity. Those are the ingredients that make Daniel's, a Florida steakhouse, a special place. Come experience the restaurant that's Michelin Guide recommended and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved, with an impressive collection of steaks, seafood, and more, like their foie gras creme brulee. Daniel's is located at 620 South Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, just south of the New River Tunnel, open Tuesday through Sunday for dinner. For reservations and information, go to danielssteak.com. Hey, it's Mayo here for Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. Same great Thai food, beautiful new location. I'm talking about Eat Thai, now in Boca Raton at 6299 North Federal Highway. Thai cuisine is having a moment, and Chef Sopanut makes some of the best in South Florida. A hip and modern spot with authentic Thai street food and some innovative twists. The spicy oxtail soup, Thai bouillabaisse, shrimp ceviche, and classic noodle dishes will wow you. And they now offer full liquor and craft cocktails too. Open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Go to eatthaiflorida.com for more information. When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Kassidy Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended. For a special occasion or any occasion, Casa de Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk and Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial. serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, upscale food in a down-home setting, the chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Looking for a real New York slice? Check out Peter's Pizzeria, your neighborhood pizza shop. With 2 locations, 1166 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach and 897 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca Raton. Slices, whole pies, specialty pizzas, heroes, rice balls, salads, pastas, and Mama's homemade desserts. It's New York flavor, Florida made. Originally from Long Island, Peter brings passion and pride to his pizzas. No matter where you're from, you'll feel right at home. Open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner with delivery and takeout. Place your order today at mypeters.com. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox for part 2 here at D's Sports Bar, Fort Lauderdale, right next to Daniel's, a Florida Steakhouse, Michelin recommended steakhouse, which is going to be just hopping this week for boat show, and then all the way through the holidays, the New Year, high season.
We basically got to Valentine's Day today.
And Kassidy, I'm sorry I stopped you from removing the Thousand Island dressing in front of me because you know me and my Thousand Island dressing.
Couldn't stay
I
apart.
might even put it on the ice cream sundae. So
I won't judge.
We won't do that. But
Maybe
I do.
just a little.
I just like having it next to me. It's like a teddy bear. It's my security.
Security blanket.
Yes, my security
It's okay.
dressing.
Well, here he comes.
So we've got Chef Diamond's coming with, again, last month when we were here next door at Daniel's, you guys introduced the new soft serve sundae as one of those whimsical desserts that people love, right? Because it brings them back to
people are
traveling.
excited about it. It's been great. I think that but I think people didn't even realize that we had it at first. And then people started seeing on Instagram. They're like, when are you going to, same thing with prime rib. When are you going to bring up the sundae? And I'm like, we have it. And then now it's kind of caught wind, which is nice.
And once again, always making improvements. And Chef Dime, we're going to have him sit down in a second here.
Dime's going to hang out with us.
And before we do, one thing. So you have gone to the filtered water service here, and I love it.
Triple filtered.
Because triple filtered, and you get the choice of, as they say in Europe, gas or without
gas.
meat gas or gaseous, which is little bubbles. And you know, now I'm a guy that always likes I grew up with seltzer when it was 2 cents plain. Oh, Chef Diane, I'm sorry. We got to get this around here.
Yep,
and we'll put that on there. And welcome to the show, Chef. How are you?
Thank you. Great. Nice to be here.
Yeah, nice to have you. And thank you for all the wonderful food and all the work you're doing here on both sides. But yes, so I totally got lost. What I was saying is, but yeah, we had the soft serve last month, and you've been making some improvements to it. Yes.
So we're adjusting recipes and working on the custard, but people are loving it, and day by day, it just becomes more of a show and a hit with our guests.
Well, okay, so you guys do very elevated things. Even the sports bar to me is as elevated as sports bars I've ever been to. Are you surprised that people want, because the desserts you guys do are utterly incredible
and it's like
and very sophisticated, and then people are like excited for soft serve. Like,
I think though that like Dime can probably speak more to it, but I think that even when it comes to like the wedge salad, right? Like a wedge salad is a steakhouse classic.
Yeah.
But we do it a little bit differently, but we're not adding, crazy new ingredients. It's just the
wheel,
quality of what we're doing in the presentation. So I think people like that kind of nostalgic feeling to what they're eating. And I think the soft serve kind of, is emblematic of that as well.
Like as a high level chef, you do a lot of creative, interesting things. Does it make you smile, laugh, frustrate? Like, what is your reaction when you see something simple like this make people so happy?
No, it's great because it's something just so simple and fun, and you don't expect it at a steakhouse like us. So it's like, okay, it's a wow factor one, and and 2, you get to bring out the kid inside
Yes.
people
I was
while
just
they're
gonna
at the
say.
table, right?
It's one of my oldest sayings,
Look at
which
Mayo.
is ice cream makes everything
He
better.
watched everything come out.
Everything-
Took forever. The ice cream. He's literally
No, because
ignoring the world
You got to
and
remember,
building this Sunday.
Lubie, I grew up in Brooklyn. Carvel
I was gonna
ice
say
cream.
Carvel. Yeah.
Carvel was a big part of my childhood. Today is Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday is Sunday at Carvel.
Yeah.
Also, Wednesday, every day is Sunday now at Daniel's, the
Yes.
Florida Steakhouse. And I salute you. You got the swirl, you got the chocolate vanilla blended. The consistency is nice and thick. I poured on that hot chocolate sauce. And the ice cream is not melting, right? It's beautiful. I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
what I
talking with
appreciate
my
about
mouth.
you guys.
No,
Though,
you're
like
good.
you guys don't take yourselves too seriously. Like you're open to throwing on a steak burger. You're
Oh,
you're
a
open
chocolate
to
skillet, the chocolate chip
The
cookie
cookie
skillet,
skillet, yeah.
which is your right. You were a big proponent.
Yeah, my dad was like, "Who's gonna get that?" I was like, "Everyone."
Yeah.
But no, I think that there's things like that sometimes simpler is better. I think that even at least for us, I mean, Dime, has been in this world a lot longer than I have, but I think just from a standpoint of
And for
like
those who
eating,
want to
it's-
gravitate towards more of the, I guess, what they call sophisticated palate, even though I think there's plenty sophisticated and I love it.
Well, they have it, obviously.
But some people order that the foie gras creme brulee for dessert, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I think with a serious menu and having great steak programs, and you get kind of overwhelmed with the Wagyu, the prime, dessert should just be the simplest choice. So we just did very nice classics done our way, but kind of helps you relax at the end of the meal and not go through like some weird dessert menu and overcomplicated dessert.
Yeah, sometimes things get a little too. I guess how pastry chefs and chefs, they try to, they
Show off,
they want to show off
Yes.
with all the kind of latest
And
ingredients.
there's nothing wrong with that. I just think it's
sometimes-
interesting that you guys are willing to do. You guys do both
Yep.
here, and you do both
Look at
here very well.
Look at that, Tom. He
Are
just
that
can't-
brownies.
The
By
brownies.
Yeah, because he's like, okay, I already have
Oh
the
my
rainbow
God.
sprinkles. I got the M&Ms. I don't know what this is. What is
Oreos.
it?
Oreos.
Oh, you have to have Oreos.
Oreos. Okay. And then he's got the brownies. So I'm
I
just gonna
love
have
a
lo-
froyo shop, so I was like, the
This
moment
is-
we were
that's
gonna
literally
do
what this
soft
is.
serve, I was like, I know exactly what we need to put on it.
I feel like I'm going around
As
with
long
the
as you
cup.
don't get those
The
the
boba things. Is
the
that what-
boba or the fruit gummies, the
The
worms.
The gummies are weird with ice cream. Like
Yeah.
people like it,
Don't
and that's
give me any
fine.
of
But
those-
I don't think
Those
it's weird to me.
gelatin worms. My daughter is like you. She loved froyo,
Love
and
froyo.
then she would go
I
and
feel like it's healthy.
she'd get a little bit of froyo, and then she top.
I
put
at least
all
you
the
said I feel
toppings
like.
on.
I give you credit for saying I feel like.
I tell people that our banana bread's healthy because it's gluten free.
Mm.
There you go.
You know what I say?
like
Gluten
a-
makes everything better.
Exactly.
It
except if you have gluten intolerance, but you work with people in
Yes.
terms of if they do have dietary restrictions, and I know this because of Val, and she can't have carrots. So you're very mindful of if somebody comes in and says, yes, we can't have this.
Yeah, I think
and-
there's only a handful of things on the menu that we can't accommodate as
Interesting.
for a
Right.
specific allergy. But I think for the most part, I mean, Diane probably gets a lot of interesting requests probably on the daily. So we've gotten vegans here. We've gotten
Right.
everything
Is-
under the sun.
Is that a challenge or a? Oh my
No.
God! Come on! Like I really worked hard on
Stealing
this
a brownie.
dish.
We enjoy it. I mean,
Okay.
it's great to, I mean, my brother grew up with like, non-impeded allergies and stuff
Okay,
like that.
so you're used to having
so
to
I'm used
think
to
outside
it.
the box.
Think outside the box, and our menu is very nut free. Besides the
Yep.
foie gras creme brulee,
Mhm.
there's really nothing else in there. None of the desserts have it, so you don't have to pivot besides the chocolate hazelnut cake. But
Yeah.
and then we have gluten free pasta, we have gluten free bread. Like
Oh wow!
we make it work.
right for people
and
that
it's fun to do something sometimes a little nice.
Yep.
And out of the ordinary, right? for
yeah
that.
and look, I know, I guess as a chef, if it's an allergy, like somebody has celiac or somebody has a nut allergy or somebody is allergic to carrots, you take it very seriously as about the
Absolutely.
no cross contamination, because that you're talking about
Health
health
life.
and
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
and death. But if you have like a demanding a person, and this is as a critic
I like
and
how you use the
somebody
word demanding too.
as
You went right to the word
somebody
demanding.
or entitled or because I deal with this in the Let's Eat group all the time, where you people who like come into a restaurant and they'll say, "Oh, they couldn't adjust. I
Change
like,
the whole dish.
I hate, I hate garlic and onions and this and that, and
So you don't want flavor.
and I just wanted a sauce without any of those components." It's
good.
like,
Good
why
luck.
don't you stay home and make, or
Ragu.
I mean, there's reasonable accommodations,
Right.
and then there's things that change the integrity of the dish.
Right. Yeah. Like our green spinach is a garlic based green spinach, is brown butter. I can't take out the butter. I can't take out the garlic. It's phenomenal. If you,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
have
Right.
an allergy to garlic or butter, you're going to enjoy it, and you might not notice it's there, but it's
But-
definitely there.
Yeah, no, and look, it's challenging because vegetarians totally get it.
Yeah, it's fine.
I understand people who can't eat meat for health reasons,
Yep.
don't want the seafood.
Hell,
Some people
yeah,
have
yeah.
shellfish allergies, but I don't think the cows don't mind giving up the butter and the milk.
I'm not going to speak for
The vegan
cows.
thing. I'm sorry. If you're a vegan,
Look, I don't judge. Look, I appreciate because most chefs.
I know you try to accommodate everybody, right?
I mean, I personally would never be a vegan.
Yeah.
Because I also I grew up with my family
it.
basically saying like you eat it or you go to bed. You get no other options.
100%.
Like my dad was giving me anchovies when I was like in second grade, and I was like,
They
okay.
trained you well.
Yeah. So I didn't really have a choice to have anything as
Yeah,
a
yeah,
restriction. But now that we're dealing, it
Yeah,
is
yeah.
what it is. Allergies are different than I think preferences. You
Right.
try to obviously accommodate preferences as much as possible, but like what Chef said, like there are things that exist in certain sauces or whatever else that you actually might
Yeah.
not taste. If it's not
Well,
an
and I
allergy,
also-
it's not something that's like super prominent. You're probably going to enjoy it more just because it's a part of the flavor.
When you
profile.
guys are also the fact that again you were seating people and giving your recs, and I'm sure the servers give their recs, and the management is giving recommendations. Like I'm sure you could say, look, okay, I don't know what I could do to this dish, but pivot to this dish doesn't have garlic, doesn't have onions, and has just as much flavor.
oh
you
yeah,
know, to me, like you don't always have to. I don't want to see ruin a dish. Change a dish to where you totally transform it. You can go to other dishes. That would also
Absolutely.
please their palate.
well, I think people also are pleasantly surprised by things on our menu. Like the corn pudding isn't something that I think people
Ooh,
always gravitate
Corn pudding,
towards.
okay.
But I feel like, Dime, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of people, once they have it, they're like, oh, this was great.
Yeah, it's
like,
our number one seller.
Yeah.
We go
Really?
through cases and cases of corn a week, and
because it's like a cream corn almost.
I was
It's
gonna
a
say,
cream
I'm like,
corn,
it's
it's
like a
With a creme
delicious,
fraiche
We
and
on
should
it's
never
top.
get cream
the
corn
one thing
anymore.
I can't
love
eat,
It's
and I'm the
amazing.
critic who eat
I love
everything,
cream
even if I hate it. But because I have a certain condition, diverticulitis,
You can only have so much corn.
like kernels of corn is one thing.
But
Like,
when it's creamed,
oh no, it still has a little
Okay.
kernel
yeah, so
component.
we make like a corn puree, 100% corn, blended nice
Yeah.
and creamy, and then we fold in some kernels.
Yeah.
okay.
It's those kernels that get me.
They
I
get
could
you.
have one bite. I've had it. It's a delicious side
It's so
dish.
good.
But I'm not going to go around and say, "Can you bring me the corn pudding without the
Without the
kernels
corn.
of corn?" No, that's part of the dish, and I accept that. Sometimes I'm just going to have to get a little bit of a
sick.
little pain on the left side, but it's all good. What do you have the most fun making here? I mean, is there a particular dish that you would like? Let's say that your mother was coming in. What would you tell her you have to have, and what do you enjoy making the most?
I think for sure I would say like our short rib dish is great. It's one of my favorite dishes. I think it's a crowd pleaser. It's grass fed, so like if you're into health reasons, it has like the best grades of omegas and healthy
Mhm.
conscious. It's full grass fed from start to finish, which is very rare.
Yeah.
And then making our mashed potato and our fondue is fantastic. So
That fondue.
It's-
Oh
it's-
my
that's
god, I
ridiculous.
love that so
so
much.
I think it's like one of those dishes where it's just hearty and rich, and it brings you back to home.
Mhm.
So it's something beautiful braised and just super buttery and delicious and fall apart. I would never go wrong with that dish.
And my favorites on the menu here, besides that creme brulee, the foie gras creme brulee is something completely,
It's just different. It's great.
creative. Chef Danny Ganem, he developed it through the years. It represents kind of like the waves of the sea, and it contains two things that I usually don't like eating, which is shredded like coconut
Yep.
and also the mango.
Mango.
But in that dish, everything works, and it's
Right.
just such a beautiful dish. And then number two, that Florida crab cake dish that
Oh, that's so
yeah.
good.
Oh my
shrimp.
god.
Yeah, that's good. Trust me, it's a labor of love that we do back there. The crab meat specific, it's a specific purveyor that we get for it, and when we don't have it, I can tell, but flavor on it is amazing. Very balanced on the spice. The Meyer lemon all around the dish
Yeah,
really makes it
Those little gel
fantastic.
chocolates.
The gels are like every bite you get a gel.
And then you put some creme fraiche on top and some of the
Yeah.
Kaluga
We had a guest
caviar.
that
right?
gets it every time
Yeah,
she comes
The
in.
caviar.
And for her
Fantastic.
birthday, we gave her baby
Yeah.
For
Aw.
baby crab cakes.
Yeah, we made like miniature
Oh,
crab
that's
cakes
nice.
and yeah.
So you guys see, that's the thing you guys do, and then the bear. That was, I remember watching the bear, and that was a big part of it. Was I don't think of, because I've done a lot of jobs where you just do the job, right? You just go, you do your job, you go home. And a big part of it, whenever I talk to you guys, it reminds me of a lot of those episodes where they're like, they want to make an experience for every single person that's in there, whether it's their first time, their 12th time. Like, they want you to leave there going, wow, you know, and they go out of their way. They leave the store to do this and do that. And it feels like you guys, and you just said it right now, that you remember this person likes this and likes that and wants this and wants that. And you go out of your way to make sure that every part of the, not the entire, every part of the experience is something that they will just be elated about.
Well, that's even something that Chef Diame's really good at, like for even like our delivery orders, because we started our Uber Eats and DoorDash program.
Oh, wow.
So like if someone does like a big order with us, like he always tries to throw something else in there that like they didn't get, that like showcases another part of the restaurant, like just to show gratitude that they're coming in. That's something that's like all back of house.
I'm surprised
So,
that
like-
you actually are on the platforms. You do some of the
Yeah,
takeout thing?
we enjoy it. I mean, it's we have our food sits very well, and
Okay.
it arrives at home very fresh, and we make
Yeah.
sure we do it with
Yeah.
grace and do it perfectly.
Well,
As if
Like
you
this
sat in the
isn't
dining
to
room.
go, obviously.
No, obviously
but
not.
We
I
try
mean, that's
to pick
impressive.
and
And,
choose.
you know, I'm one of those, I don't want to say I'm a snob, but I just think like, you want to
A-
come
a-
in
a
here
place
and
like
have the
this,
full
yeah.
experience. You want to
Right.
sit here. You got the open kitchen next door. You could see,
Yeah, but we
you know,
have
the
people
kitchen
that-
at work. It's like a
We
harmony.
have
They
our,
love your food
we
and
have
they
our
can't get in.
regulars on Thursday night, for
Yeah.
Thursday night football at home that like to be home.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But
They
they
order
love
their
your food.
food and
Okay.
we like we see the name, we're like, oh, he's back, and then we
Yeah.
just you know add, you know.
This
See,
is-
that's impressive
this
that you
is the
actually,
hospitality.
that attention to detail is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
This is the difference between you and me,
Yeah.
because I would say, no, come in and
Me.
get it yourself. I'm not boxing this up, but
we
you
welcome all
guys,
customers.
you-
Well, it's a chat.
here or away.
Yeah.
But no, I think like but the thing is with to-go business, it like it's again like a lot of being in like the first year or two, and like I think the sports bar is really what kind of like I think if it was just
Yeah. It's
Daniels,
Thursday
it
night
wouldn't have been
football.
something
Tell 'em to
that was
come
like
in
prompted.
here.
But
Yeah.
like people that are like, oh, we love the French dip sandwich, but our kid wants the rigatoni vodka or whatever. Like
Yeah.
we have dishes that we can mix and match, but I think at the end of the day, it's an exposure opportunity. Like
right.
then there are people like
Right.
they're like we have a guest that comes in here probably once a month with her husband. Her husband was sick. She had people traveling from out
Right.
of town. She lives in Sunny Isles. Was like, we were supposed to come to you guys tonight. I can't come. She's like, I'm driving back to my house anyways. I'll just pick up a big to go order and just go home.
Right.
Look,
Look, we'd
it's
love to
just
go out.
easier.
We just had a newborn. So
Exactly.
it's cool
It's
to
not
not have to miss
practical, right.
out on things you like when life gets in the way.
Especially if it can be prepared properly and travels well, and that's also.
When I
key.
and Diamond's face was great because again, he takes it as a challenge to
Right.
overcome, not something to get in the way.
Right. And
Yeah.
me, I would just say no. But that's me. Oh, I just want to clarify something because this is D's Sports Bar, obviously, you know, full liquor, and you can get wines from the wine list next door. But is it family friendly? Can kids come in?
Oh,
and
of
sit?
course.
You know, as
Oh,
long as they're
really?
not at the
Oh,
bar.
wow.
Not at the bar, but
Right.
kids. We have kids here all the time. We have a
Really?
whole kids menu. We have a kids menu for both sides.
Oh wow.
The kids menu next door is awesome.
Probably
You get like a
fire.
5-ounce fillet,
What's
fries,
the
and
age
a sundae
restriction?
for
Can I order
25.
from the kids menu? Or-
No.
I mean, I would say 12 and under, but I don't know. Halloween.
Can I order it through
Yeah,
the Uber
exactly.
Eats menu and just eat the kids menu?
Literally.
No, I'm not doing that.
No,
Um,
but we have kids menu on both sides, so we're
Nice.
definitely kid friendly, and we get a lot of kids that want to come in here. So it's great.
great.
Oh, that's great.
It's
Yeah.
good to know because a lot of bars sometimes have
Yep.
different
Yep.
policies.
Yep.
So again,
Bring 'em
family
in.
friendly here, D Sports Bar, 620 South Federal Highway, along with Daniel's of Florida Steakhouse. And I think you hit on something important. You guys, you're not just making food, and I've heard this said somewhere, but you're making memories,
Yep.
and that's part of
Yep.
what.
Definitely. I think a restaurant's people come for food and anybody can do food, but we make sure that I pay attention to like the tickets. And I remember serving guests like the Thousand Island thing. Like you're not the only one. There's other regulars that really love the Thousand Island.
No,
And
your Thousand
and
Island's
then
really good.
I see the order come in through the kitchen and it might not look exactly what they like. And I'm capable of remembering.
Right.
See, that's huge.
Yeah,
So
you have
it
like
brings
a scouting report
right.
on
Yeah,
your
I have like
regulars
notes
and-
down of,
yeah.
of every guest, you know,
Oh my
kind of
God.
as well as the servers and Kassidy, Mr. Angelo. We work together to make sure
Yeah.
we know everybody's wants and dislikes and
and
Stuff like
that's
that.
That's not always the case.
no,
Even
no.
on
A
the
lot of
highest level
places, are right.
they just treat you like you're just another number. You know,
Well,
like
especially corporate. Well, I don't want to get.
no,
into
but that's
that.
what I'm like. You guys, I think it's a much credit as you guys have gotten. You're already a Michelin recommended within the first 6 months of being open. Like, people could get hoity-toity about it. You guys, and it starts with Tom, and I get it. It starts as a sports guy. It starts from the top down. But you and Daniel too. He's a renowned chef. But when you meet Daniel, he's very down to earth. You guys are all. It shocks me how down to earth you guys are for the level that you guys produce. And every time, and I need to bring my wife in here, but finally she's not the pregnant lady anymore, so maybe we can.
Yeah, and she can have
But
everything.
We got a lot of pregnant people.
well, no, it wasn't the toughest, but she had all the
You'll
symptoms.
get in here for the
So,
holidays.
but what I'm
have
saying
a-
is, like,
12 days
you guys are so like
Yes.
on it with every aspect of everything. It really boggles my mind, and the fact that you guys, every aspect, every day, you treat it like it's the first day is what it feels like to me, or the last day, whatever.
It's
Like,
that day one
the Super Bowl,
mentality
like-
that I started the restaurant when me and Danny opened. That I gave that speech to the
Mhm.
to the cooks. It's like it's a day one mentality. Every
Mm.
day's day one.
Mm.
We're nobodies now. We
Mm.
might be somebody tomorrow, but we're still nobodies, and we keep pushing, and that's what keeps us hungry to keep elevating.
And
every
also,
day.
people are still coming in for the first time. Like, as much as we've been very fortunate to get
Yep.
a
Yep.
large series of regulars and
Yep.
have the recognition that we've gotten, which we feel very blessed. But at the end of the day, like 60% of our guests are still first time
First
guests,
timers,
Yep.
right?
or it's the first time they're celebrating
Yeah.
something, or
Right.
whatever it may be. So every time that somebody comes in, we're aware that, like,
Mhm.
70% of the book,
Right.
or
It's their first experience.
100% of the walk-ins,
and
they're
it's
never going to be there before.
It's one of those cliches that happens to be completely true, which is you never get a second chance to make a
Your
first
first
impression. So every day you are trying to put the best foot forward. How many cliches can I put?
I don't
in
know,
one
but
sentence?
I agree with all of it though, and it's fitting for what they do here.
And just kudos to
Yeah.
you and the whole team. We got to take our second break, and then we're going to let everybody go. You got to get the
Yeah, she gotta
Halloween
decorate.
decorations
I
up.
know. I'm like staring at that chandelier, being like, it's halfway done.
And you, I'm sure, doing
a lot
busy
going
of
on.
Busy
prep.
week.
It's a big night
Big
here. You
week,
got the
big week.
Panthers coming in. You got the boat show, full
Big
house.
week.
And they are doing
Uh,
a Halloween party Friday night, right?
Yeah, Friday night, Halloween party.
Which is open to the public.
It is open to the public. Yeah, starting at 6:00.
I'm gonna come as a grumpy-
Costume contest.
I'm
The
coming
whole
as my
shebang.
usual grumpy old food critic.
Love it. We got a fog machine, so it's I'll
So you
just
can get
keep
rid
it
of
on
it.
you the whole time.
Cassidy, thank you so much
Of
as
course.
usual.
Diane
Chef
and Cassidy,
Diane,
thank
keep
you.
up the
Thank you.
great work. Fantastic. And I might actually bottle this up and take it home for my side.
good.
We might have to
salad.
get you one of these and have it be like
Just
Mike
fill it with
Mayo
Russian-
approved,
Yeah, and just
and just have 1,000
fill with Russian
islands. Yeah.
Thousand Island dressing. Yeah.
Got to get a custom order.
I'm shameless, but it's okay.
That's okay.
They enable you. That's the problem.
Yes. All right, let us take our second and final break, and then we'll wrap up this edition after these words. A tradition for South Florida sports fans for more than 30 years, Shenanigans. It's at 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach, the place to go for all your favorite teams and events and food that's not your ordinary sports bar fare. Award-winning wings, burgers, fresh fish, and more, TV screens galore, and all-day happy hour specials. The kitchen and bar are open into the wee hours, perfect for late-night bites and very close to the airport. For playoff action, football season, and a good time anytime, Shenanigans. Great seafood and more at Mignonette, Miami. It's in the Edgewater neighborhood at 210 Northeast 18th Street, close to the Arch Center and Heat Arena. Mignonette is open every day for dinner, and it serves the freshest fish and raw bar items with a daily selection of the finest oysters around. Chef owner Danny Surfer and his team are eager to please. Mignonette is Michelin Guide recommended and Lunchbox approved. For reservations and information, go to mignonnettemiami.com.
Hey Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligan's, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Guess who's back and better than ever? Juan's. For the best in classic old school Chinese cuisine, a family-run South Florida favorite since 1966. It's at 664 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Chef Alex is carrying on the family tradition that started 4 generations ago. It used to be known as Christina Juan's Mandarin House, and you're going to love it as Juan's. They've got all your favorites: wonton soup, spare ribs, egg rolls, dumplings, Peking duck, and more. Combo lunch specials daily and takeout and delivery. For more information, go to their Instagram page at wans.fl. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, we're back we're at Dee's Sports Bar.
Yes, sir.
Next to Daniel's of Florida Steakhouse. And for those who like quality and having great experiences, both sides here is the place to be. Kassidy, I know you've got Halloween decorations to put up.
I do. It's a very big part of my week.
And I've got ladders. You're going climbing on. I'm at the point in my life where I cannot get up. Maybe a step stool.
I'm not really a Halloween fanatic, but there's something about decorations that just like get me.
I just like how you got into it. You did the table.
I love the spirit.
You're
I
on
just
top of
love
the bar.
fact that you embrace whatever holiday it is. How do you feel about pumpkin spice and pumpkin spice?
I'm
lattes?
not a pumpkin spice person.
Good for you.
I have a pumpkin spice hand sanitizer, but that's honestly the extent of it.
Okay, I could deal with it on my hands.
It smells
or
pretty
the
good.
scent of
It makes
but I
me
don't-
feel seasonal, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't drink like
don't
a
wanna drink the-
PSL.
Right.
Like
It's
no.
too much.
But
I once went to a place that during the October had a special. They did pumpkin spice crusted lamb chops, and
That's a lot.
no, thank you.
I said no.
But
That's a lot.
peppermint mocha, like I'm all in.
Okay, that's the
Like
holiday.
Christmas, I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
Every flavor, I want that. Like that's gonna have peppermint bark
I
for
do like
sure.
that.
Nice.
I love the seasonal.
Has not been approved,
the
but
Ghirardelli-
that's happening.
the Ghirardelli chocolate squares with the peppermint
yeah,
bark
those
in
are
it.
fire.
Oh yeah, or Williams Sonoma. Oh,
Oof, yeah, how can anybody say no to that? I am
Yes.
totally about that.
but wait till our Christmas decorations. It's something I.
Oh, that's going to be good.
yeah.
So you're going to be doing both sides for
both
Christmas?
sides.
Yeah, people love when places get
Yep.
decked out for
Yep.
the holidays and Christmas.
Well, there's a
time.
place in DC. It's called Philomena,
Mhm.
and it's like a very famous
It's
Italian
well-known,
restaurant in
yeah.
Georgetown.
Yep.
But their Christmas decorations are like off the chain. Like
Wow.
it literally looks like Santa went
Oh,
in
wow.
and had a field day.
Mm-hmm.
It is Santa's workshop for sure. But it's so fun. Like I feel like places. I mean, we probably won't go to that level, but I love when people like places get excited for holidays.
no,
Also,
it-
it's exciting
yeah.
for
It
kids.
gets
like
infectious. It
Yeah.
really
Yep.
just sets the
Christmas
whole tone.
music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
holiday season. We love it.
You know what? I grew up a Scrooge, and now I've turned into an old softie. Well, you know, I was resentful because I was a Jewish
Jewish,
kid,
yes.
and we'd go around to these
Man,
great
the Christmas
Italian
is like the
restaurants that
best
are all
area.
decked
Oh my
out,
god.
and they would say, "What is Santa getting you, little boy?" And I'd say, "Nothing, because I'm Jewish." But at
Well,
least I get 8 bags of little
I used to
chocolate
be
coins
jealous
for Hanukkah.
of
but-
Jewish people though,
Those
because
8 days.
I went to Pinecrest in
Right.
Fort
Oh,
Lauderdale,
you had a lot of Jews. Yeah,
and a lot of Jews. But when they would do like a holiday party when you were in elementary
Mhm.
school
Yeah,
or
yeah.
kindergarten.
Yeah.
So I grew up Catholic, but at Pinecrest we had our holiday party, and the holiday party they talk about all the religions, right? So they're going through all of these, holidays, and Hanukkah was that. And I went home to my mom, and some of my best friends now are Jewish. The story looking back is very funny, but I was like, Mom, why are we not Hanukins?
Hankins.
And she was
Get
like,
me a little
what?
candelabra with 8
And I was like,
cents.
I have friends that celebrate Christmas and Hanukkah. Like, we
Why
should be
can't we?
Hanukins. 8 days of Christmas. That's awesome. Before,
My-
obviously, I was 5 years old to give myself
Yeah,
some.
that's classic.
My
a little bit of
daughter
credit,
is
but-
lucky enough because, you know, she got the Jewish dad and her mom is Catholic. So she was raised with both holidays. And now she wants unlimited presents all throughout the month. Of
Creates a very
December.
spoiled
And
mentality, which I inherited probably.
the
anyways,
way
but-
that Tom gets excited about the Feast of Seven Fishes, I make my own potato latkes once a
oh,
year.
love.
And I'm going to have to
makes
invite
great
you to
ones.
all bring
Please.
a platter over because you know what I do. Because traditionally, potato pancakes, you fry them up and you have either applesauce or sour cream. Not for me. I have gone
Thousand Island?
upscale. That's
a
funny.
good-
That's a
actually
good one.
call.
I'm going to try
That's
that.
a good
this
call.
year.
It's probably,
It's actually probably
probably
good.
fire.
You got me. No, I have become Snooty Food Critic. I make potato pancakes, and some people who want it with the traditional applesauce, that's fine. But I get creme fraiche, and I get sliced, really high-end Scottish smoked salmon
Oh, it's probably so good.
or Nova salmon, and also get some caviar.
Oh,
Yeah, he
So
does like a whole thing.
you do a potato pancake with a dollop of creme fraiche, and then either put on a sliver of the Scottish salmon or a
Well, it's
dollop
funny.
of the caviar,
I
and you have yourself one highbrow.
we have a guest of ours,
Potato.
actually the prime rib guest, the one that kind of prompted that. He did his wife hosted his 60th birthday party in our back room last November, and was like, my husband loves latkes and
Mm.
caviar,
Really?
loves them.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was like, I'm so sorry, like we only have Bellinis, but sounds delicious. And ever since then, I've been thinking about it. But I grew up going to
You
a
could
lot of Rosh
contract with me.
Hashanah, Yom Kippur dinners.
I can make some potato. I make a good. I make like
All
my
right, we might have
Bubby's
to connect you with
recipe.
Danny. I don't know.
I could.
Some
I'll do
seasonal
a test going.
classics.
I
Oh,
can-
there you go.
But yeah, no, it's very funny though, because I grew up going to a lot of Yom Kippur, a lot of Rosh Hashanah dinners. I've
Oh,
probably
wow.
been to about 60 bar mitzvahs.
Okay,
Like I'm
so you're
Well, you're
I'm in the
practically a
know.
member of the
Yeah,
tribe. Yeah,
You're
it's
part
good.
of the family.
And-
apples and honey during Rosh Hashanah.
Wow,
the
look at you.
best. Yeah,
That's
no.
great because Val
I know a
grew
little
up.
bit of Yiddish too.
You know, Val grew up in Miami Beach, and she worked in a Jewish deli
Yeah.
on 41st.
That's pretty cool,
Yeah,
actually.
so she knows all the Yiddish words, like so.
Schwitzen.
Schwitzing,
I was schwitzing earlier.
yeah, kibitzing with the guests, and no, so that's great. I'm gonna have to. And the key, the potato pancakes, potato latkes, you cannot use a food processor. You have to hand grate.
Yeah,
All right,
gotta
my
get-
dad's gonna be on the squids. You're gonna be on the log.
There you
Yeah,
go. You're gonna
it's
have it
We're
all
gonna
covered.
have you guys on the line.
We're gonna
We have
have
it
a
all
really
covered.
happy holiday season here at Daniels and D's Sports Bar. Come on in. They're open 6 days a week, closed on Mondays, but the rest of the week, come on in, both sides.
And again, Halloween
World
tomorrow night,
Series.
6:00 right here.
Okay.
Or Friday night. sorry,
Friday night. Yeah, I'm
Friday.
losing track
I
of
keep
days
losing
too.
my
Today
days.
is
The
Wednesday.
decorations will be here until Saturday, so do not worry.
Cassidy, thank you so
Cassidy,
much.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you, of
Thanks to Chef
course.
Dime, the whole team here. Great stuff. Come on in. We'll see everybody tomorrow. We're going to be at Peter's Pizzeria in Pompano Beach. It's going to be a spectacular show. Pizza Talk. And again, I just came back from New York and I did a pizza crawl in New York. We'll be going over some of those pizza destinations in New York and what Peter thinks about the pizza culture evolution, both in New York and down here in Florida. He makes a great pizza
Yes.
by the slice, but all these specialty pies. Check it out. We'll be there tomorrow in Pompano. Until then, enjoy every burger, every ice cream sundae, and enjoy every Saturday.